Wow, what a week. I am sitting down looking at my notebook, seeing all the stuff that I did this week and thinking, "Damn. I this is an eventful week." So, buckle up, strap in, get ready for a little bit of a ride because I got to talk about my overnight run that I did that took 7 hours. I got to talk about my brother's baby shower, chess club, a second date I had, what I've been doing in my free time, a potential big ass injury that kind of pisses me off, that's really silly, and just a good motto to live by. So, if you guys have listened to any of the other videos before, right? I love running. Running is like my favorite thing in the whole entire world. I've been on a run streak for over a year. I usually run about 6 miles a day. Long runs range from anywhere 10 to 20 to 25. And then you got like the easy day that's 2 miles. But doesn't matter because I have never, ever, ever, ever ran over the night until this week. Right? Most of my runs are like 5 a.m. in the morning. I wake up 5:08, alarm clock goes off, press that button, yawn a little bit, go outside, stretch, and I'm like, all right, time to rock and roll. And it's light outside, or it's not super dark outside, or it's going to be light outside in like a half an hour. The point is, it's the morning, all right? But this race that I did, it was called the Mystical Mosquito 50K, and it was 31 miles in a park that I live very close to, and we just went for it at 9 p.m. at night, and it lasted until 4 a.m. in the morning. Oh my gosh, I wrote a Substack about it. I'm going to link my Substack in the description because I could go on and on about it. But basically, I appeared and it's like we're in this festival, right? And a bunch of tents are just outside like the home base area. The home base area is lit up with like Christmas lights, and it's really cool. It just finished raining when I arrived, and I get there and it's like 8:50. I get debriefed about safety and all that. And they're like, yeah, good luck, have fun. Pop on my headlamp, and I'm off to the races, right? I have to follow a certain flag color. I end up getting lost right away. I end up hanging around and running with an older gentleman that I met from a run group for like the first 6 miles. We get rained all on for like 40 minutes in like the first hour or so, and like we're just sopping wet. Like you can wring my shirt out, my feet are soaked. It really, really sucks. But I persevered. I got through. It was like 11:30 midnight, and I reached a low point. I called up my friend. I'm like, dude, this is a lot. I'm only 10 miles in, or I'm only 8 miles in, and I already feel like, what the hell am I doing? And I was just going through highs and lows and highs and lows. I called up my mom. My friend did end up coming to help give me a care package at about 20 miles when I reached home base a second time, and it was so good. I popped in an AirPod, listened to a podcast for maybe 6 miles or so, but then the last 5 miles, I'm telling you, even after going a marathon, I felt fresh. It was weird. All right, I took this 50K a bit slower than what I'm used to. Obviously, 7 hours of running is not equivalent to a 3-hour marathon or a 4-hour marathon. It's definitely a slower pace. I was walking a bit, but in my defense, it's overnight, right? And it feels more like an adventure. I'm not here to race, I'm here to have an adventure. So the last 5 miles, I'm feeling fresh. I'm like, I can't believe it's almost done. I have my arms wide out. I'm going down hills. I'm like literally airplaning it like a little kid. And it's great. But I did it. I did the Mystical Mosquito 50K. I got home almost at 5 o'clock. As the light was peeking through my curtains, I was like, you know what? Time to catch a little shut-eye. And I couldn't believe it happened. I couldn't believe I finished it. My stomach stayed good. I ended up taking in some running gels, a Nutri-Grain bar, a couple clementines, and a bunch of pretzels. Pretzels were my saving grace. Like, I loved pretzels. So that was really good. And yeah, a big morale boost around mile 20, and it was a little freaky deaky being in the woods alone, but I kind of got used to it, and I kind of loved it, and I want to do it again. So, Mystical Mosquito was a dub. And anyone who's on the fence about should I do an adventure run, should I do a 50K, should I do, just sign up for it, because if this is something you want to do, you will be much happier with yourself knowing that you gave it a shot versus always thinking about it. And that I wrote all about this. You can get it regurgitated in a different form if you check out the Substack, but you should do it because it's pretty dope. I loved it, and if you're looking for a sign to sign up for a race, do it because it's worth it. But I can't talk about this the whole episode. I have to talk about my brother's baby shower as well. And this is where I want to talk about like some mixed feelings. Like, I love my brother. He is the best brother in the whole entire world. I am endlessly glad that, I have him in my life. And he is wonderful. We grew up together. He was my best friend, and we lived together for a couple years. He has always been my rock, right? We've done so much stuff together. He's the homie. This has nothing to do negatively with him. This is just raw thoughts on myself, a reflection on me. I went to his baby shower, and I feel behind in life. All right, he's my younger brother, right? He's my younger brother. He has an established relationship. He is creating a family. He has basically what I want years before me. And I know comparison is a thief of joy. Like, you can tell me that all you want, but I feel like I'm behind. And also, I've discussed this with a couple friends, and they both tell me 28 is not, like, you're not expired. And that makes sense. Obviously, I'm not expired. I'm not even 30 yet. Like, plenty of people meet their match late 20s, early 30s. I'm in the prime window to find someone. But I can't help but feel behind when I see someone years younger than me doing what I want to eventually do in life. And it feels almost icky because he's my family, and I really want to be happy for him because I am. There is a part of me that is very happy, but there's also a part of me that is incredibly jealous. And do we all feel this way in our late 20s? I'm just wondering. I doubt this is a unique feeling for myself. Like, there's got to be other people in this world who have family where the younger child, quote unquote, gets further in life before the older sibling. And I know if my brother ever listens to this, he'll counter and say, well, I'm ahead in so many other things in life. And that could be very true. But for some reason, the whole aspect with like family and partner, that just weighs so heavy on me. And I think that is because that could be the only part of my life where I am very insecure about, because I have an established career. I have enough money saved up to feel comfortable. Like, I live with a friend. Like, I'm not unhappy. I have hobbies I love. I do things that I enjoy. And I have plenty of people that are in my life. But my brother has an incredible woman in his life, and he's starting a family. And it just gets me incredibly jealous and incredibly happy for him at the same time. But come on. I can't be the only one in their late 20s who feels this way. So leave in a comment below. Just like, let me know I'm not alone, because I'm freaking out that I'm about to be an uncle. But it is what it is. Moving on, I got a couple other stuff I want to talk about. So chess club was amazing this week because the roomie came through. And he has not come through for, I want to say, like 4 weeks, maybe 5 weeks. It's been a while, right? But he came through. We went together in the same car. And I was just, whenever I get to do anything with my roomie, it makes the whole event so much better. I don't care what I'm doing. Whether I get to go to a bar, whether we get to go on a car ride, go to the gym, go to the chess club. Anything with a friend is better. And especially when I'm doing it with one of my best friends. So even though we both clocked L's at chess club and it was really sad, and his game ended like an hour before mine, it still felt really fun to go with him. So I'm glad to have that memory. Next, so remember how I was like, yeah, I'm really jealous how my brother has a great woman in his life and starting a family? Let's talk about this second date that I had. Last episode, I talked about meeting someone and having a pretty good first date over at like an arcade joint that's similar to Dave & Buster's. This week, I had a second date. We went mini golfing, and if you guys have listened to episodes before, you might find a theme that I do like mini golfing, because I've gone on a couple first dates or dates in general to mini golf, and well, you're not wrong. It's a good activity to do, I feel, and it's not like terribly cumbersome. Like it doesn't take a lot of energy to mini golf. It's just easy, right? So I enjoyed it. It was good. We ended up chatting like an hour afterwards, but there's this feeling that I want, right? And it's not a feeling of good. It's a feeling of great. Like I want sparks to fly. I might be a hopeless romantic, right? I want to see a person and just be like, damn, she's my person, you know? Like I really want to feel some sort of like connection in my heart, in my soul with someone. And this person that I went on a date with, she seems like a wonderful human being, and it makes me sad to like, because who am I, right? Who am I to be like, yeah, you're good, but you're like not great. Like I cannot say that to someone, right? That just who am I to say that to anyone? So I feel almost icky like speaking these thoughts, but she is a good person, but I just don't feel the fire inside of me that I'm really looking for. So I don't think a third date's gonna happen, and I don't. Sometimes it takes 2 dates, right? Like the first date, you're really nervous. You're like, oh my gosh, it's a new person. How do I act? The second date, you're like, okay, we got the awkwardness out of the way. Now it's time to see like, okay, how would we really behave with each other? And it was good, but it wasn't great. I had a fun time. I'm glad I went. I'm keeping the souvenir of our mini golf game, but it wasn't great. And I want great. I want something. It's going to sound like a complete hopeless romantic, but I want something that sweeps me off my feet and it's like, wow, I am so lucky that this girl is mine, or like that I get to date this girl. So that's the story on that. And next we got just a couple miscellaneous stuff that I'll touch on really quickly. So I forget if it was last week or 2 weeks ago, but I got a keyboard that my aunt let me borrow, and I've been practicing each day, and I love it. And I just want to get you guys on an update of the piano progress, because this is an update of my life. I was playing Mario World 1-1 pretty smoothly and cleanly the other day, and it feels good. And I started just looking up other easy songs that I could do. And it's not like I'm good at this piano thing, but it's fun to play along and feel like I can play music. I'm nowhere near good. There's like 8 levels to piano, and I don't even think I make it to level 1, the beginner level. Like I'm still up to trying to find where like the D note is. So, but it's fun. It's something new, something different than chess, something different than running, something that I'm like learning a whole new language when it comes to music. So I'm hoping it sticks. I'm trying to make it stick. It's been at least a week or 2, so that's good. Another thing that happened was I cut my finger twice, or I cut 2 fingers. So one time, this happened like within 5 minutes of each other. So I was going to do dishes, and there's a Tupperware that got kind of a sharp edge on it because I put like the hot pan, right, on top of it in the sink. And it kind of made the Tupperware have a sharp edge. So when I reached to grab the dish, when we do dishes, we're not paying attention. I'm sure as hell not paying attention. So I grab the sharp edge, and it stabs my finger, and it starts bleeding. And I'm like, oh, this is annoying. No big deal, whatever. I clean it out, put a Band-Aid on it. Good to go. Then I go back in to reach more dishes, and lo and behold, a knife cuts me on the finger next to it. So I'm pissed at this point. Then it was a really good slice too. And I went over to my grandma's tonight, and she saw the sliced finger, and she's like, you might need stitches. And so there's no way that I sliced my finger after getting sliced on Tupperware, and now I might need stitches. Like, that cannot be what's happening in my life right now after running 31 miles. Like, how did I not get got on the trails for 31 miles overnight, but a stupid knife got me in the sink? Like, really? So, that's my luck. But I potentially could get stitches. It's just a comment from my grandma, though, so I have a Band-Aid on it right now. I cleaned it, and it should be good. I hope it's good, because I don't want to do stitches whatsoever. But last but not least, I think this is a motto we should all live by every once in a while. Not every single day, because I think there is a time and place to say no. But sometimes there's going to be things that you are requested to do, but you might not want to do them right away. Like, I had a pretty full packed day today, but my grandparents were like, "Hey, could you help us out doing something at the house?" Like, they have something going on where they need heavy stuff moved, right? And I didn't really want to go over. They're about a half an hour out of my way, but I went over. It felt good to help them. They're family. I want to help them. And then they hooked me up with some Band-Aids and some Neosporin for my cut. And they were just nice. We talked for like a half an hour as well. So it felt good. And that's just to say that sometimes doing something initially is not going to feel good. It's going to be an annoyance, a hindrance, something you don't want to do. But oftentimes, you'll leave being like, man, I'm glad I did that. And that's what happened when I went over to my grandparents. So, yeah. That's all I got. It was a busy week. I feel like I just yapped your ear off. But thanks for listening. Do hard things. You know, Mystical Mosquito is pretty dope. We're all behind if we're late 20s and single and stuff. But life is crazy. I'll see you next week.